And the fact that people laughed diffused that moment and may have reframed it in that child's mind and may have minimized it and normalized it. And that's not okay. Always, always trust your instinct and your first reaction to something, your gut. We have more brain cells in our stomach than a dog has in its head. And that's for reason. And when I posted about this happening, some people jumped on my Instagram and said things like, well, perhaps he's got dementia. Well, my answer to that is, if he's got dementia or some kind of, maybe he forgot where he was, well, that's instructive too. Because if he forgot where he was and he's doing this, who else is at risk? And how many people have been at risk before? How many other times has a blind eye been turned? That's instructive to me, that even when someone starts to excuse or give reasons for why, and there was a panel on CNN and somebody said that, well, perhaps this is cultural. Well, absolutely not. You think child abuse is cultural? No. So, and if the Dalai Lama, His Holiness, is that holy, why doesn't he read the room and understand the temperature? That's not okay. And the problem with saying, even someone defending it by saying it's cultural, is that that's a paedophile's dream. That, oh no, we don't see it as that. And by the way, paedophile means lover of children. No, this is an act of love. So we get into all sorts of problems once the cultural defense or someone says, well, I just didn't see it in that way. I love children. And this is just an act of love. It's not sexual. That's what most paedophiles say, by the way. And when you understand grooming, and I do believe that there's an element of grooming here in the position of power and his abuse of that power, and that is not okay. The camera's on, the mics were on, the fact that he just did this with no concern for the consequence tells me he may well have done this before. I don't believe this is a one-off event. Then I became even more concerned, and I looked online to see what the Dalai Lama or even his handlers may have posted. And I want to share with you what was posted on his Twitter feed, and it was this. A video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, if he could give him a hug. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public before cameras. He regrets the incident. Now, this response is even worse, in my professional opinion. And it's worse because, firstly, he says that he's apologizing to the boy, well, it's a child, and his family, and he's apologizing because his words may have caused hurt. No, it's not his words, it's his action. And it wasn't about asking for a hug. It's okay to ask for something, but could the boy have denied him? I don't know about that, but that's not what this was about. So there's been a reframing and a distortion about what this is. So there's a denial, there's a distortion, and there's a manipulation, and there's gaslighting. That's not what this was about. The last part, saying His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, well, minimizing it to something that this is just a playful thing that's been misunderstood. No, absolutely not. I trust what I saw with my own eyes, and I will not take that reframing of what happened.